New Jersey Governor Chris Christie will be inaugurated for a second term Tuesday, but questions persist about his staff's involvement in this so-called Bridgegate scandal. And this weekend, there were new allegations that members of his team threatened to withhold relief funds to the town of Hoboken unless its mayor supported a development plan favored by Christie aides. For more about all this, we're joined by Aron. He's the chief political correspondent for NJTV. So explain these new allegations and why they matter.
If you're Chris Christie, this is like a second front in the war being opened against you. The mayor of Hoboken says that two high-level members of the Christie administration basically strong-armed her into approving a development project. She didn't go along with it, but they said, you're not getting your full Sandy relief money in Hoboken, a town that was very hard hit by Sandy, unless you approve the Rockefeller Group's development plan for a 3-block area of Hoboken. The Rockefeller Group was represented by David Sampson, one of Christie's closest confidants, the chairman of the Port Authority in New York and New Jersey. This has nothing to do with the bridge other than it looks like another strong-arm tactic.
And so to put this in perspective for a national audience, how badly was Hoboken hit? How much was she asking for? How much did she get?
80% of Hoboken was underwater. Hoboken sits right on the Hudson River across from Manhattan. It's 1 mile square, 50,000 people in that 1 mile. It's very densely populated. It was really badly flooded by Sandy. She claimed yesterday on television that she asked for $100 million, that she got $342,000. The Christie administration, which is sending out statements discrediting her and disputing everything she says Hoboken is in line to get $70 million. Some reporting I've seen says that's money from insurance companies to homeowners. That's not the federal money that Chris Christie fought so hard to get a year ago. So that's where we stand at the moment.
You know, one of the reasons we're talking about him is because he is such a national figure. He's been on the short list for a possible presidential candidacy. He's the head of the Republican Governors Association. He's even in Florida this weekend raising money for fellow Republicans. How does this play? How do his supporters think about one scandal or another alleged scandal after another?
They're worried. His brother was on Facebook this morning echoing what his press secretary said yesterday. This is Democratic partisan game playing, and the media is buying into it. It's a Democratic media piling on, but they are really concerned. And I think this second front, as much as it's just politics as usual, we're not going to give you this unless you do that, it doesn't look good because it plays into this notion that Chris Christie is a bully and uses strong-arm tactics.
So this was almost supposed to be a victory lap heading into his inauguration coming up on Tuesday, and instead he has to start out his State of the State address defending himself about this. Is this popularity in New Jersey suffering at all?
Not according to the polls. His poll numbers are still high, but I think everything about Chris Christie is hanging in the balance here. Depending on how this plays out, there are some who think he's toast already as a presidential candidate. I don't. I think he can explain, if awareness of the lane closures does not rise too far above where it is right now, I think he can ride this out. And there's some who even think he's looking strong and firm and tough in dealing with a crisis. But if that rises further, or if other mayors like the Hoboken mayor start coming out of the woodwork saying, he punished me in this fashion, he punished me in this fashion, this could all be the end of Chris Christie's national ambition.
All right, Aron from NJTV, thanks so much.
Thank you, Ari.